Hey there, lovely promptologists. How are you doing this morning? Welcome back to day 3. I am just going to get us stuck straight in with sharing my screen and just diving right into this session if that's okay with you. Alrighty, so first off, then let's have a bit of a recap. So I've kept this thread nice and clear so that we can just look at our work, not get confused by anything else. So I'm just going to do a recap. Day 1, we went through the mega prompts in stages. Okay, so stage 1 was about being the interviewer, the AI being the interviewer and asking us lots of really lovely, juicy questions. Step 2 was about confirming those questions back to us and making sure that the AI had understood exactly what we wanted, exactly what we meant, and that we were happy with that. Afterwards, we moved on and we started sharing a little bit of a personal story, a relatable story that could have been from us, or it could have been, excuse me, my eyes are running, could have been from us, or it could have been from one of our clients, but something that would align with the desire that they had, okay? The transformation, the outcome that they wanted, and the thing that we were selling. So we shared a quick relatable story. We also shared the before and after, so what life was like before and what life was like after. And just as a reminder, we're talking about dog training, the dog jumping up, walking was stressful, and then afterwards, walking your dog becomes a joy. Um, then we moved on to sharing a practical tip. So what we've got forming is we've got the ideal client, we've got all of the demographics, we've got all of the thinking, feeling, acting, saying, doing, parts to the before and after journey of the client. We've got the short story, we've got the short tip. So we're putting together some really nice content. And of course, the AI is asking us all of the time. So it's not assuming, it's not predicting, it's just confirming what it is that we know and that we share about how we can help our client. Okay, really, really important because a lot of people use AI and they just let it suggest to them, which is great. And AI does come up with some great suggestions when you're brainstorming. But for the purpose of creating that one persuasive piece of copy, it really needs to come from you or your clients, okay? Direct from your clients. All right, so then we moved on and we wanted to explain what the next steps were. So really low pressure and not really selling anything, but kind of like, does this sound like you? Have you got a familiar story? So things to really get the reader of the persuasive copy engaged and thinking about how it relates to them, okay, before we ask them for sales. All right, after that, we then confirmed our voice and our style of our message. And we moved on. We did loads of things, didn't we? We moved on to step 5, where we then started to get hooks and angles, and we then created our favorite one, the one that was most persuasive, the one that worked most for us, who we are, our style, and our client, okay, and the thing that we are selling. We moved swiftly on then to day 2, where we took that post and we turned it into many different pieces of content, and we created the 3F funnel, which is where we talk about the feed and the follow and the finish. Today we're putting it all together, we're mashing it all together, and what I've got for you is one great big super prompt that you can use on a weekly basis. Okay, so every week you can just use this prompt. You can answer the questions. Your ideal client's going to stay the same, but perhaps their desire might differ. So we use the example of the puppy class, the dog trainer in the puppy class, but it might be that actually on a Wednesday night, I might do adolescent dogs training. Okay, so for all those puppies that are still quite young, so they're about 2 and 3 years old, they didn't go to puppy class, and now they've got bigger, they're going through that adolescent stage, and owners need a little bit more help. It might be that we're doing assistance dog training. It could be anything, okay? It might be that we're offering a one-to-one. rather than groups if we've got a dog that's reactive. Okay, so think about your situation, think about the things that you want to offer, and every time you go through this process, think about the outcome and the different problems and different pain points and different desires and gains that that client will get. So a puppy, taking your dog to a puppy class versus taking your dog to a one-to-one when they're reactive is really quite different. All right, so think about those very small changes in the client journey there. Okay, so super prompt is here. I've pasted it in. There's 9 whole steps. We're going to go through them one at a time. If you're watching this in the lab, then you know where to find the prompt. It's going to be underneath this video. If you're watching this video on one of our social media platforms, then hop on into the Promptology Lab on school. The link will be just below this video, and come and claim your 7-day free trial. Come and pick up your prompt, give it a try, post your results, share with us what's come up for you, how it's worked out for you, and we will work together to make sure that we are turning this into your content to cash machine prompt. All right, so let's get started and click that button. Okay, so what's happened is we're going to go through this one at a time, and you can see that before in day 2 we didn't get asked what platforms we were using. We just assumed that we were going to be doing a long form post, a reel, and an email. So here I'm going to say Facebook, and I'm going to say email, and I'm going to say YouTube. Okay, got it. It's just confirming back to us. And so for each stage, which formats work best for you? Okay, I'm going to say these good. It's giving me some good suggestions. So these are good. Thank you. All right. Question 3. What's your audience in your own words? So I'm just going to go up to the top here because we have done this work, haven't we? And we have done it all, so we don't need to go through it again. Here we go. So just to clarify, they are puppy owners. And I'm going to, while I'm up here, I'm going to do that as well. All right, so back to the bottom. Who's your audience in your own words? Excellent. What is the transformation? So the before and the after. Again, I'm just copying and pasting this because we've done the work and this will speed things up. Obviously, if we're doing a new class, we're selling a new service, a new offer, something slightly new, then the before and after transformation is going to be different. And it might not be a puppy owner. Okay, so your ideal client, your avatar may change as well. So just be aware of that. Number 5, short personal story. I'm going to go up to the top rather than have you sit here while I type it all back in again. Okay. So here's the personal story and the practical tip. Again, I'm just going to grab it from the top. This quick scrolling, is it making you dizzy? Making me dizzy. Spinning around there. Okay, here's the great tip. And of course, while I'm here for ease, I should have just grabbed that in the first place. Okay. How would you like to invite them to respond? I'm going to say to reach out for a 15-minute call. Okay, because ultimately I want to be selling a one-to-one now. What's your core offer? I'm going to say one-to-one dog training to overcome um, overcome dreaded walkies. Okay. So we know we clarified that this was somebody that lived in the city. If they're living in the city, it might not be that they can be there on Monday. It might be that they're busy working. Maybe that they need to have a one-to-one. Maybe they just prefer one-to-one. Okay, so we're going to put that out there, that offer. Step 2, we're going to confirm everything. It's confirming it all back to us. Just say yes if we like it. So you can see with this prompt, we're going through it. We're going through step by step. It's picking up our clients, our audience, our offer, our platforms, everything. It's gathering that information. It's not just making the assumption that happens when we just play with AI and put random prompts in, which is why there is so much value in prompting in this way. We're also going through a very step-by-step methodical process. The prompt is also doing this one at a time. So we could have just had all of those questions come at once. If we'd had all those questions come at once, the answers would never have been quite so detailed. Okay, so warm, reassuring, down to earth and practical. Excellent. I'm going to say not today. Okay, so what it's asking me now is for style reference. Do we have any example posts? So this is what we talked about earlier on in the week, which is your few shots. So if I've already got content that I like, I can pop it in here and it will help the AI draw on different things like my tone, my rhythm, and pacing, how I speak, my mannerisms, my Sarahisms, if you like, and really then produce that copy in a ghostwriter form. So what we've done so far, we've done the interviewer, now we're working on the ghostwriter. But I'm going to say not today because obviously I'm not a dog trainer and I don't have content. So it's going to say, no, not a problem. So if you're starting out from scratch and you're doing this is the first time and you don't have content, don't worry about it, all right? You can just carry on. If you do have lots of really good content that you love, more importantly, it's not just you that love it, your clients love it. So you're getting the likes, you're getting the shares, you're getting the comments, you're getting the conversions, then pour it all in, okay? All right, step 5. Here's your full-length post. Let's have a look. I used to dread the walkies, and not because I didn't love my dog, but because I couldn't control him. Yeah. Puppy pulled like the freight train, embarrassed. This is good. And of course it's good because it's all our own content. It's all our own words. All right, we like that. Step 6, repurposing. Yes. Okay, so what we're doing now is we're really moving into that content to cache methodology. You'll have seen everything else that we've done so far. And what we're doing now is we're just looking at the curiosity gap and we're looking at different hooks. We're looking at the body, we're looking at the call to action. We're going to repurpose it. We're going to share the shared struggle. Remember, this is really good for that middle of funnel and the future vision, which is more the action taking. Okay, and we've got direct there, which is the come on and take the offer. So if we like all of these, if we don't like them, we can edit them. For the sake of the video, I'm going to say yes and move on to 7. Okay. I want you to see just how magic this is and just how easy it is. The format, the buyer type, okay, the tone, the word count. And if you want this to be longer, if you want to turn it into a blog, you could just go in and say, great, that's great. Can we now extend it to 800 words? And you could say, you know, do you need to ask me any more questions? We could try that. So it's really easy to adapt it if you want something longer. Okay, so for the feed, we've got the feed post. For the follow, we've got the connection content. So the follow is the middle of content, top of content, middle of content, top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. And there's the finish, which is the call to action. Okay, so it's all here. We've got a hook bank. So again, for the top of funnel, there's some different examples for you to try. My puppy's pulling isn't disobedience. What's missing is the connection. Nice. We've got the middle of funnel here. I love my dog, but walkies used to be awful. Feel embarrassed when we left the house. And then at the end, ready to sign up and stop dreading the walkies. I've got one spot left for my private sessions, and walkies don't have to be chaos. Okay, these are really, really nice. And of course, you can use the same body of content and just change those hooks. Okay, moving on to step 8. Here we go. And you can see what we've done is we've very subtly not just got a fantastic prompt engineered for us to use here, we're very subtly drawing in the different buyer psychologies for the different type of buyer and the different kind of phase of the customer journey that they are in as well. So it's all been brought together quite beautifully. Okay, so here we go. Pick the best. Let's evaluate the angles. Do we like the curiosity gap? Yeah, the shared struggle, that's a shock, that, oh yeah, shame, stress, self-doubt. Anything where we start mentioning feeling quite shameful, that is a really big emotional pull, okay? Shame and guilt. You might not get many comments on this, but you will get people sitting up and taking notice. So we're going to go for that one. I'm going to say, yeah, I agree. And 9, please. Let's move on. Awesome. Yeah. Okay, so here's the final draft. Let's read it through. Make sure we're happy with it. Yeah, try it out now. Let me know how it goes. Reach out for a 15-minute call. I'm happy to help. That's really low pressure, isn't it? You see how that's just so gentle. It's not icky sales at all. Anything we would change. I'm going to say no for the sake of this video, but obviously when you're doing this for yourself, you can change these things. And we've got this nice revision loop set into the prompt so that you can do that. So we've ticked everything off. Well, that's it. We are done. Step 9. Would you like? I can package anything into a container planner, post calendar, or plug and play caption, just say. Otherwise, we are ready to connect and book those calls. I'm going to say thank you very much. Whoops. Yep. Thank you very much. And finish there. So for the sake of today's video, let's recap what we've done. We've gone through those 9 steps where we've gone through the interviewer process, we've gone through the ghostwriting process, and then we've gone through the strategy planning process. What we've got now is a series of, I think it might be 9 different hooks and 3 different bodies of text and those call to actions that we can now use for all of those different platforms that we can use for our video shorts on YouTube. We can use them for long form copy posts. We can stick them into our email. It's all there ready for you. You can test those hooks, and that is your week's worth of content. How long did that take us? Do you know, I don't know right now because I'm not sure what time we started. I think it might have taken us about 20 minutes thereabouts. Really, really easy, really, really simple, 20 minutes, and there is your top performing persuasive content for the week. All right, that's it from me. Hope you really enjoyed that. Just as a reminder, if you're not in school already in our Promptology Lab, then hop on over, take your free trial, pick up the prompts, use them, share them, tell us, share your responses to them, your angles, your copy. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's see how you get on. Would really love to see you there. If it's not the right place for you, that's fine. No questions asked after your free trial. Take your prompts and just go off and enjoy them. But if you do enjoy being in there with us and you do want to deep dive and take this further, then of course you're welcome to do so. I will be back soon with some more delicious prompts for you. And yeah, whatever you're doing today, have a great day. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.